Hello everybody, Interi back again with another video. Today guys, I'm at work, so this video will be not that long. And no, the answer is no, exactly like the title is saying. Was Roger Federer in the 2011 French Open final as closest as beating Rafa Nadal in a French Open match? No guys, it wasn't, because I have heard about this hyped buzz match in that 2011 French Open final between Roger and Rafa, that Roger was as closest as he has come against his longtime nemesis Rafa Nadal in a French Open match in 6 meetings. This is so false guys, this is really miles away from the truth. Yeah, I know Roger Federer was up in the lead in that first set in that 2011 French Open final 5-2 and even had a set point, but he didn't convert guys. He didn't take that set point opportunity that he had in that first set in that 2011 French Open final. Rafa turned that set around and won that first set 7-5 guys. That is the one argument. The other argument is you cannot call a match who ends in the 4th set with a breadstick. Rafa gave in that 4th set Roger Federer a breadstick guys. He won that 4th set, like you probably remember, 6-1 guys. I'm not getting why people around the different social medias and some YouTubers as well are still calling that 2011 French Open final as Roger's closest achievement, as closest effort to defeat Rafa Nadal in a French Open match. I agree that Roger did a really good match in that match, especially the first and second set. I agree on that. In similar style like Dominic Thiem, to be quite honest. Dominic Thiem did a great 2 first sets against Rafa Nadal in this year's French Open, and Roger did in similar style the same in that 2011 French Open final. He should have won that first set. He was 5-2 up in the lead, and he had a set point, but he didn't convert. And in tennis, you have set points, you have match points, you have break points opportunities, and if you don't convert, you will lose. And Roger has lost many tennis matches throughout his career when he has not converted and when he has not taken his opportunities. But in the end, what we tennis fans remember is that Rafa won that first set in that 2011 French Open final with 7-5, and that is what all it matters, really guys. It doesn't matter that Roger had that set point in that first set. What it matters and what we read in the score is that Rafa won that first set 7-5, and then he won that second set as well, 7-6 in that tiebreak in that 2011 French Open final. And then Roger won the third set, yeah. But in the 4th set, Rafa demolished Roger with 6-1 guys. So how can people call this as Roger's best effort, as Roger's closest effort to come to beat Rafa Nadal in a French Open match? That is not true guys, it really isn't. The closest Roger has come to beat Rafa Nadal in a French Open match, not that he was close of defeating him there as well, because he didn't win 2 sets in that match that I'm going to talk now, but he was definitely closer in this match I'm going to talk about than he was in that 2011 French Open final. And the match I'm thinking about is the 2006 French Open final guys. That match is the first match and only match in a French Open match in 6 meetings that Roger has won the first set. That is the only time when Roger won that first set in that 2006 final 6-1. It has never happened before in Roger's career in 6 meetings that Roger has won the first set against Rafa Nadal in a French Open match. But it did happen in that 2006 final. And if this was not argument enough, the 4th set, guys, went to a tiebreak, guys. It was not like Rafa gave Roger a bagel, a breadstick, like he did in that 2011 French Open final in the 4th set. Roger was competitive until the last point, guys. He took that match, that 2006 final, into a tiebreak in the 4th set, which Rafa won 7-4. So basically Roger was only 3 points, guys. 3 points away to taking that 2006 final into a 5th set for the first time ever in a French Open match in 6 meetings. because we all know that Roger has never taken Rafa Nadal into a 5th set in a French Open match in 6 meetings. He has lost all his 6 meetings in 4 sets, all in 3 sets, or in 3 sets. So I am not getting this hype. I am not getting this buzz that I've heard in so many years, throughout the years, since that 2011 French Open final, in different social medias, in YouTube, from some YouTubers, you name it, really. Roger was so close of defeating Rafa in that 2011 French Open final. That was Roger's closest match of defeating Rafa in that 2011 French Open final. That is not true, guys. That is so false. It is the 2006 French Open final that Roger has come as closest of defeating Rafa. As closest. Just use common sense. The 4th set went into a tiebreak, which Rafa won 7-4 in that 2006 French Open final. Roger was only 3 points away of taking that 2006 French Open final into 5th set. And that match was the only match in 6 meetings in French Open that Roger has won the 1st set. In 6 meetings, that match is the only time that Roger has won the 1st set against Rafael Nadal. So I'm not understanding, I'm not getting, I truly am amazed with some people around the world that still are being stubborn and still are calling that 2011 French Open final as Roger's best effort, as Roger's closest of coming of beating Rafa Nadal in a French Open match. And I've said to you guys before, this channel is all about to clarify truth, to clarify truthful statements. And that statement that Roger was in that 2011 French Open final as closest of defeating Rafa Nadal in a French Open match is not a truthful statement. It really isn't, guys. I don't know about you, but I don't know if you will agree, but I am 100% sure about this, that the 2006 French Open final is the closest Roger has come to defeat Rafa Nadal in a French Open match. Not that he was close of defeating him, absolutely not, because you cannot be close of defeating a player when you only win 1 set. But he at least was closer in that 2006 French Open final, more closer than what he was in that 2011 French Open final, like some YouTubers, like some people on different social medias are claiming. And I'm definitely not agreeing with them, guys. Absolutely not. I'm using my logic, I'm using my common sense, and my common sense is saying that Roger was only 3 points away in that 4th set, 2006 French Open final, when Rafa won 7-4, of taking that match into 5th set decider. And that was definitely not the case in that 2011 French Open final, when Roger lost that 4th set 6-1. Just use the common sense, guys, please. And stop all this nonsense that Roger was as closest of defeating Rafa in that 2011 French Open final. Because that is not true, guys. And I've gave all my arguments in this video. I've gave all my arguments. He won the 1st set for the first time ever against Rafa Nadal in that 2006 French Open final. And he was only 3 points away in that 4th set when Rafa won that 4th set in tiebreak 7-4 of taking that 2006 French Open final into 5th decider set. And that has never happened in 6 meetings in French Open matches between Rafa and Roger Federer. So that 2011 French Open final was definitely not as close as Roger has come to Rafa Nadal to defeat him in a French Open match. Absolutely not. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye-bye.